Peace to all my kings and queens out there. It's your boy Rel. We all know the struggle be so real out here. However, you do need to be realer than your struggle. So, stay tuned. I have some lessons for you. So let's get it. Hello guys. Welcome to the Struggle is Real channel. It's your boy Rel. Gonna get with the question of the day. But excuse me. Before I get to the question, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share the video as well as answer the question. And don't forget to stay to the end of the video because I do have a post that I want you guys to share on your socials. It's again for Hailey Buzbee. She's still missing. Just trying to make sure she gets home to her family. Now that I said all of that, let's get to the question of the day. So, question of the day. This one's actually just a real unorthodox one for me, but I'm going to ask anyway. How important is code switching in your life? How important is code switching in your life? For those who don't know what code switching is, it's basically how we, in our, I'll just say our, minorities, maybe those that come from the inner cities and deal with a lot of corporate stuff, those who maybe even be bilingual. I feel like bilingualness is like, are you subscribed yet? It's free. Why aren't you subscribed yet? Come on now. 2 seconds. Hit that button. It's free. What are you waiting on? Like, comment, and subscribe. Easy. Back to the video. Wait, a level of code switching. So what I mean by code switching is basically being able to transition from your at-home dialect to your at-work business dialect. So for instance, when I'm talking to my boys, I might say, yo, what up, my nigga, or what up, my G, or what up, my dog, whatever, what up, homie, what up, partner, what up, my man, whatever, stuff like that. As in when you're at work, hey, how you doing, ma'am, sir, or, whatever somebody's title is. So code switching is basically being able to know who and where you are and being able to read the room and knowing what kind of environment it is. See, the reason why I think code switching is good for everybody, but mainly us in the minority inner city communities, I think it's good because it basically allows us to be diverse, being very diverse, knowing when to operate in certain functions and stuff, and knowing how to, again, read the room. See, the cool thing about code switching, as opposed to just talking out of your natural tongue and just saying things. See, a lot of people are ghetto. And I'm just going to call it as it is. A lot of people are ghetto. Some people don't know. They don't know how to read a room. So they'll go in a room. Yeah. Girls, dudes. I ain't heard dudes, my nigga, just blurting shit out in the room that you shouldn't be blurting out in front of a room full of your coworkers, your bosses, your superiors. You don't want to talk the way you talk in the streets around your superiors. It basically just doesn't show professionalism. And if you're trying to move up in the level of professionalism, you know, said like, being in the office somewhere at your job, you got to know how to code switch, because you're going to be dealing with, say, third-party vendors. You're going to be dealing with, I don't know, just higher ups of different corporation. You want to be able to code switch. You don't want to be in the room talking the way you talk to your homeboy that stay next door to you or something, to the way you talk to, some level of superiority. And not to mention, and not so much that I'll just keep it here. It's just to be able to say that you're not ghetto. It's just knowing how to read the room. It's knowing how to be diverse and be professional. And then, of course, for those that are bilingual, we do, because I have a wife and she's bilingual. Her bilingual works in her professionalism, because she can, when they need her to translate, she can go into her Spanish and go, da 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 da, say whatever, So, and my wife, she knows how to speak Spanish in a business code switch type world, and she knows how to speak the way she speaks to her kids, which is Spanglish. They'll use English and Spanish. They'll pop in here and say cabron, just random little whatever, shits, that they say, and stuff that might be like, you saying that in a corporate setting, cabron, especially somebody who understands. So it's just knowing where to draw the line in the sand to be able to be a professional, to being where you're comfortable. But that's it. Do you use code switching in your life? Is code switching an important piece of your everyday life? With me, not so much, but then again, not much. So I do talk to higher ups and authority figures and stuff at my job, but I'm dealing mainly with my coworkers. And my coworkers, when they talking to me in the way that is slangy, bangy, Spanglish, whatever. So I'm not gonna necessarily use too much code switching with, my co-workers. Excuse me. Long day, sorry. But that's it. That's the question of the day. How important is code switching in your life? Yeah, I just thought about that one this evening, because it was just one of those things that just kind of popped up in my head about how we transition from one world to another, and it's important. We got to know how to read the room, know who we dealing with, and know how to gauge everybody differently. Everybody's not built the same, and not everybody's from our world, so we want to make sure we're being professional. But that's it. Check out the post at the end of this video. Make sure you share it, like, comment, subscribe, answer the question. Do you use code switching in your life? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.